Hi Andy, thank you for taking part in Global Sports Job's 60-second interview series. Please introduce who you are, what you do and what your job entails.
Right, so my name's Andy Rice. I'm the Managing Director of Sport Commercial at PA. Basically my job entails managing a team of 20 people, and what we do is that we commercialise the content which is produced by the sports team here at PA. So that content is a mix of editorial, data, video and images.
And what career path have you taken to get to where you are today?
Well, it's a slightly zigzag path. It certainly wasn't a clear one. I went to Loughborough, did a sports degree, tennis and Tennyson, and so it's ironic that actually I managed to find something that links sport and English together. So from university I went to, I was a graduate trainee at IPC Media, and from there I moved into the publishing field, became a publisher, but always had a yearning to get into sport. And when the opportunity to run sport business came along in 1999, I took that and ran sport business for about 8 years, and that's what got me embedded in the industry. From there, I worked with leaders in performance, leaders in football, Amisco, and I was doing some consultancy with them at the time when the call came with this opportunity.
Great, and how do you see the digital marketplace evolving in the near future, and what will Press Association's role be within this?
Right, so this is a 60-second interview as opposed to a 60-minute one. Obviously, the digital space is a massive opportunity for PA. We do face some challenges. Our traditional core business of regional press and national newspapers are having to adapt, and we're having to adapt as well. So our role has changed from breaking news to validating news, and from creation, which we still do, but also to curation. So the digital space gives us so many opportunities because of the number of platforms that are hungry for content.
Great, and what advice do you have for candidates looking to get into sport?
Right, okay, advice. I think that it is important to get a degree if you can get one, but I think there comes a time when your academic qualifications become less important than your experience. So when we started sport business, it's quite interesting, we were thanked for having a magazine that brought the dissonant parts of the business together, because really there is no such thing as a sports industry. There's lots of different sectors which all fall under that umbrella. It's a very, very broad church that we're in. So once you've got a degree, I think it's very important to look at your core competencies and work out where you want to be in the business. If you want to be doing something that involves sport, work out whether you want to be in sponsorship, and then in which case whether or not you want to be in sponsorship sales or activation. Then you need to be on the brand side or the federation side. Or do you want to be in PR? Or do you want to be in events? Or do you want to be in broadcasting? There are so many different paths, and I think it's very important to try and, for individuals to work out where they want to be, and then there's no getting away from the fact that just getting some experience and being prepared to do an internship in that particular sector would be my recommendation. So become great at where you want to be, and then get into sport, get some experience in that area.
Cool. And finally, what has been your career highlight to date?
Well, there are lots of things that I'm proud of. Leaving Britsport as a legacy at Sport Business, iGaming Business, Board Sports Source we launched at that time. Certainly a highlight, I think, when I was at Leaders in Performance and seeing Arsene Wenger and Billy Beane up on a stand with 120 engaged performance directors from various parts of the sport was definitely a highlight. But without being overly sycophantic, I think from a career perspective, being invited to take up this position was definitely the best thing that's happened in my career.
That's great. Thank you very much, Andy.